Hey, it's live from Entice HQ in Tampa, Florida. Hey, I wanted to tell you a story real quick. About 15 years ago, I started this company with a pretty simple goal, and that was to solve for a problem that I had when I was in automotive retail, and that was how can I get all these thousands of customers off of my dealership website and into my showroom? Because I knew that my team, if I had the availability to have them have that face-to-face opportunity with customers, that I'd have a really good chance of selling a car. 1 in 4, right? So, and I also knew that it was pretty easy for me to get these thousands of customers to my dealership website. So the first product that we brought to the marketplace back in 2011 was our Visa test drive tool. This allows a customer to register for the offer on a dealership website, which generates a lead that goes into a dealership CRM. And then we incentivize the customer to visit the dealership showroom with the $25 Visa reward card that's customized for the dealership logo, dealership branding, and everything is automated. And so it's a really strong tool to generate first-party leads from a dealership website, drive showroom traffic to get that face-to-face opportunity. From building that tool back like almost 15 years ago now, what we determined was that we created a platform that we can use for many other engagements. So we built a trade evaluation tool, a trade widget, you might want to call it. We gave customers the ability to get a Kelley Blue Book value right on a dealership's website, and then we incentivized the trade appraisal appointment visit with that $25 Visa reward card, if a dealership wanted to do that. As time went on, we developed a full digital retailing technology, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more during this time with you. A credit score tool where a customer can get pre-qualified, get their real FICO score right on a dealership website. A great way to generate high quality credit and tenders right on your dealership website. And then a few years ago, we developed what we call Express Cash Offer. Looking at tools and technologies and companies like Carvana, CarMax, AutoNation, these big giant used car retailers, what they figured out is if they can change the marketing message, instead of talking about selection, financing offers, low payments, what they talked about was, hey, we'll buy your car whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Turning that marketing message on end, coming from a different avenue, and it gave them a great source of used vehicle acquisitions, but more importantly, it allowed the customer to enter into the sales process where we had the opportunity to then show that customer a car, put figures in front of them, and have the opportunity to have them purchase a vehicle from us and trade the vehicle in versus buying it outright. And that's been a very strong strategy. So from 2011 all the way to, let's say, 2018, we developed all of these widgets. And what I found out after spending a decade in being a widget provider in the automotive space is that dealers don't need more widgets, but they need more widgets. What I mean by that is dealership website providers, for the most part, provide what's called a CMS, content management system. And by itself, it's not a good enough or strong enough tool to generate the amount of leads necessary that a dealership needs to sell the amount of cars that they want. So what they have to do is they have to look at other sources, other widgets to put on a dealership website that's going to generate more leads. It's going to be more effective at converting that traffic that's on a dealership website into a lead, into a showroom opportunity, so we get that face-to-face opportunity to sell a car. So what ends up happening is a dealership will go to, let's say, an OEM program, and they got 5 or 6 different website providers to choose from. And then from there, they have to figure out, well, what widgets am I going to add? Maybe they'll look at the OEM program and pick this one or that one, or this one or that one, and add it to the site. Maybe it's a chat tool. Maybe it's a trade tool. Maybe it's a real trade offer. Maybe it's a credit score tool. Maybe it's a test drive tool. Maybe it's a specials tool. The problem with that is what we experienced for years working with dealers as being a marketing company and a widget provider is that none of these widgets talk to each other. They end up actually competing with each other, meaning that by design, they want to get as many leads as possible. So they want to put their offer first and foremost. They want to put it in front of anything else. They want to be in the button stack for the SRP on the VDP. They want to be a page takeover. And so each one of them want to do that. So they end up competing with each other. And they're not sharing data. And the way that they get added to a dealership website by a script in of itself creates challenges, because then you give all of these third-party widget providers a full open door into your dealership website. And then having all of these scripts run on every single page, pushing data back and forth between your server and their server and the customer's browser, it ends up slowing the website down. It brings the performance down. It brings the SEO down. So all of those things happen. So the traditional model of going to one provider for a website solution, going to another provider for a chat solution, another provider for a digital retailing tool, a trade tool, a credit score tool, all of these different tools is challenging. So what we did about 7 years ago now, is I took a step back as the operator of Entice, and I said, we don't want to or need to develop any more widgets. We need to shift our business model away from just being a widget provider and look at really trying to build something that's going to change the model, that's going to give a dealer what they don't have the option of getting right now. And what we started 6 or 7 years ago was the research and development phase of what is now Entice 360. And as we started to build as a technologist, as a software designer with a long career in automotive retail, have kind of a unique perspective of what I'm trying to solve for and how I want to build technologies. So we spent a long time looking at what solutions we wanted to build our technology on. Did we want to build something from scratch? Did we want to build something that's open source? How did we want to serve these websites? How can I make sure that a website is going to be served from a server that doesn't have the challenges of having other websites encroaching on any of the bandwidth or the performance? And what infrastructure did we want to use? Did we want to use something that was cloud-based? Did we want to build our own server farm? Did we want to use something like Google Cloud or AWS? So we spent a lot of time doing our research and development. And what we ended up landing on is using a cloud-based system. We give each of our dealers their own separate server that is isolated from everybody else. We can get into the specifics of the individual servers, but we actually overbuild them. A little bit more expensive, but it gives the dealership a ton of bandwidth and a ton of room to be able to handle any type of customer activity coming to the website. We also chose WordPress to build our custom solution on top of. Since it's open source, it's constantly evolving with the different browsers, the different technologies, the different hardware, but we have full capability to customize the entire experience. And since more than 40% of the entire internet is built on WordPress, it seems to be a very strong platform, and we're extremely happy with it. So back in 2023, November of 2023, we launched our first dealership website. It was a Honda dealership website right here in our market, in the Tampa market. And the first month that we launched, we had tremendous success. We took a dealership that was on a different website platform that had all of our widgets on it and all of our marketing. The only thing that we ended up switching is the website platform itself. And we had 40 to 50% increase in leads generated by curating or changing the entire website experience to make it natively designed for our lead generation technology, which includes that $25 test drive offer, which includes the ability to get a real offer for their vehicle, which includes our full digital retailing technology. So a customer can get a lease payment, a loan payment, taxes and fees, all of that great stuff, schedule an appointment, complete a credit app, get their credit score, all of those solutions right on a dealership website. From that point, almost a year and a half ago, as we had some success with that first dealership, we ended up getting another Honda dealership, and then another Honda dealership, and then another Honda dealership. And we have some great Honda dealership clients around the country. And then about 6 months ago, we were asked to join the HDS or Honda Digital Program. And at the same time, we had some dealers that also had an Acura store that wanted to switch over to an Entice 360 website as well. So we were asked also to join the Acura Digital Dealer Program, the ADDP and the HDS. And over a few months of working through the logistics and the red tape and the leads integration and all of that, this month we have officially gone live with being a provider for HDS and ADDP. And so we're right now accepting dealers in the program. If you're a Honda dealer and an Acura dealer that wants to consider Entice 360 for your website solution, through those programs, you can go right to the HDS website or the ADDP program, and you'll be able to find us right in there. And I want to talk a little bit about what options you have with Entice 360 and why we call it Entice 360. It's because it's not just a website platform. It's a website platform. It's not just it's not just a CMS. It is a full, complete website platform. And the way that we built it is we built it like a walled garden, kind of like the Apple ecosystem, where everything is self-contained and we can kind of control the overall experience. We don't support any third-party widgets to be added to a dealership website, which eliminates that open door scripts running on the site, moving things around, slowing the site down, reducing the overall performance. And you get best-in-class customer engagement experience. Whether it is somebody scheduling a test drive, whether it is somebody getting a Kelley Blue Book trade-in value right on your dealership website, whether it is somebody looking to get a real offer in real time through the Express Cash offer, whether it's somebody that wants to get their credit score and get pre-approved or calculate their entire deal through a Deal Maker, our full digital retailing technology. So that's Entice 360 from the website standpoint. You select us, you get all of those tools. And if you compare our website solution, which is a premium website solution that includes all of the specials tool, all of the research tools, all of the tools that I just reviewed with you, all for one low price. And it includes advanced car dealer chat powered by CarChat 24 with a custom integration for Entice 360. We're super excited about the way that we integrate with all of our tools natively on this Entice 360 platform, and the results really are tremendous. In addition, we are available as a full service provider. So in the HDS and the ADDP world, full service provider means that we are a DigAd provider, digital advertising or digital marketing, and a website solutions provider. So if you were looking for one point of contact, one company to handle all of those things natively with one fully integrated, vertically integrated solution, Entice 360 would be that solution. This is going to give you the website, the digital retailing, the trade tool, the schedule a test drive tool, the credit score tool, and it's going to give you a full complement of best-in-class digital advertising from search engine marketing, social media marketing, video marketing for a YouTube TrueView and CTV. We have digital display for conquest and inventory integrated VDP retargeting and a conquest email marketing, along with I think I got it all there. So it's a social media marketing, search engine marketing, video display, email, all fully combined together, all designed to work as one complete ecosystem. All of these technologies and services are handled directly by us. We don't sub it out to anybody else, and it is all vertically integrated. So I know we've already been on for 15 or so minutes so far. Let's just shift gears a little bit and let me show you some of the things about Entice 360 so you can kind of get an idea here. So what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and share my screen. So what you're looking at right here is Entice 360. This is just a demo website. So some of these things might look a little bit weird, like we have this 1, 2, 3 in the upper left-hand corner, but that's a good example of what we can actually do. We can actually put in different logos, different images in the header if we want to do that. And then we have the dealership logo right there. We have the menu up over on the upper right-hand corner. But really what I want you to look at is how we have the sliders set up. So we have the sliders set up to where, first of all, hopefully what you'll notice, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. So we have the controls right there in the center. So I can actually go forward, go backward, and pause what I'm looking at. What you're going to see here over on the right-hand side is the image of the vehicle that we're featuring in the offer that we have on the left-hand side. So in this case, it's a Pilot. What I want you to really pay attention to is that the vehicle that we have here is an OEM offer that we get from the Honda ad planner. We tried to pick out a vehicle that really represents the brand and looks really cool on this overall slider. But you'll also notice that it's just kind of over here on the right-hand side. And over the left-hand side, we have kind of nothing. So what we actually do is we use generative AI to take the image that we get from the Honda ad planner, which usually will probably stop somewhere right around here, stop somewhere around here, and probably stop somewhere around here on that image. So everything to the left, on the top, on the bottom, is we're using AI to fill in that, to give this great presentation of the vehicle that's pointing to our CTAs right in the center. And if I zoom in here, what you'll see is the CTA buttons. When I hover over it, you're going to see that we get a nice little animation. The button turns opaque, and we get that nice little animation on the icon. And then you can just kind of see the little bit of a drop shadow there. So it really provides great user feedback, a really gooey, ooey gooey type of enjoyable experience as I'm looking at it. And you can also see that the search box is also semi-transparent right there. Another thing that you're going to notice is over on the left-hand side where we have the offer, if I zoom in here, I want you to pay particular notice on how crystal clear this text is for the offer. Now, typically for a dealership website, or any website for that matter, is the ability to have a very crisp image means that the image size has to be really big. In order for that image size to be really big, that is going to slow down the performance of the website. And you can see here, when we're looking at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 different offers that are loaded up into our homepage, which typically, if we had 10 super high resolution images that would load up into the browser, that is going to slow down and provide bad overall performance. But the way that we've built our technology, and you'll actually notice this when we go to the next slide, we actually have this nice little animation as that offer comes in. You can see I can kind of go back and forth there. So we've actually created a technology that allows us to create this ability to have the super clear. And if I go all the way down here in the lower left-hand corner, even the super small text, super clear, providing a great, very polished presentation for the consumer and really pushing them into our strong CTAs, shop new, shop pre-owned, schedule a service visit, or get a real offer like we talked about before. So that's a little bit about the homepage and how we have this set up. I could actually show you an example. Let's go to another website. Actually, what I have behind me here, one of our Acura stores, what you're going to see is also we have this little section down in the bottom left-hand corner. This is going to be static through the entire experience, and the other images are going to filter through. We have these strong CTAs here. We have our integrated chat. So that gives us the ability to brand our offers to whatever OEM program or dealership program might be running. So if I go to example of maybe another one of our websites, you'll see that we're running a spring into a Honda sales event. And we have some other images and stuff on the upper right-hand corner as well. So that's an example of what we can do with Entice 360. Another thing I want to show real quick is the ability from a performance standpoint of, even though we have 10 sliders with high resolution images, we're getting super strong scores, which actually you're not really able to see because it's green on the screen, and the streaming technology looks like it takes that green. But with that, if you can make that out, you can see that our performance score is 90%. Our accessibility score is 100%. Our best practice score is 100%. And our SEO score is 100%. That is our Lighthouse scores. Lighthouse is an open source test that's available right inside of Google Chrome. I've done some videos about this in the past. It's a great way to measure your website to make sure all of those things are scoring properly. So super high performance and 100% across the board for accessibility, protecting dealers, use of best practices, and SEO, making sure we get super high ranking. All right, so another thing I want to show you is our use of video. So, I mean, if I scroll down here, what you're going to see is we have the video available right here underneath. Now, one of the things we do as a website solutions provider, not just a CMS, but a website solution provider, is we generate all of the ad content through our content creation engine, which allows us to create offers, banners, sliders, videos for each one of our offers. I'm going to go ahead and play one of these videos for you real quick so you can get an idea of it.
Right now at Entice 360, you can get low APR financing with zero down payment on new Hondas. Plus, receive over $5,000 in benefits and savings with our Advantage Club, backed by a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get all the facts at entice360.com.
So right there, that is one of our videos that we create for every one of our dealerships every single month with new offers. The way that we embed the videos on the website is actually going to add video SEO, and dealers will start to see videos with little created animated GIFs that Google will automatically generate in the search results, making the search results super dynamic, and the videos themselves make the dealership website super dynamic. I mean, if you think about it, most dealership website platforms, if you're going to embed a video, you have to embed a YouTube script on there, which is very problematic from what they're going to recommend after the video plays. It adds zero SEO. Where the way that we present this, super clean, highly polished, adds video SEO, and it adds a lot of movement and excitement to a dealership website. We also create a video channel right on the dealership's website with all of these videos. And we also add in a bunch of other video content as well. And we also generate not just a 1920 by 1080 video size, but we also create a 1080 by 1080 for our DigAd clients, which we use in advertisement for YouTube, for Facebook, for Instagram, for Google demand gen video placements, optimized for mobile devices versus desktop devices. So all of that gets created through our content creation engine. And then we'll actually even bring in some other video content that's available from Honda itself. A nice example would be, we could go to one of our dealership websites, go into new cars. Let's say that we wanted to find out more about, let's say the 2025 Honda Civic. You can see we got these landing pages here. Let me go into, actually, if I go to finance and go into military appreciation, here's a really good example. So we got a military appreciation page, and then we have the Honda video for the military appreciation embedded right onto this page, which is going to add SEO for this dealer having that video on there, and it's not just a YouTube link. So a lot of great ways, a lot of great content around all of those different offers on a dealership website. Here's another example where we have some different icons down here in the lower left-hand corner. Each one of these will be linked internally to a different page. So you can kind of get the idea of the ability for all of this, the customization with an Entice 360 website. All right, so coming back here, let's talk a little bit about digital retailing. So I'm just going to jump in to, actually, before we talk about digital retailing, let's talk a little bit about the CTA stack. So what you're looking at right here is we have a lot of capabilities and functionality on how we create our CTA stacks. So some customers, some people in the automotive industry might look at this and go, it's just way too many buttons. But I want to tell you that we've done extensive multivariant tests over the last 15 years, and we found that our kind of solution of how we have this set up really is a great strategy to generate the highest amount of first quality, first party leads, giving the customer the ability to interact in a lot of different ways. You can go to, let's say, another dealership website, pop over to a SRP. When I pop over this SRP, we're going to look at the overall CTA stack here. If I go to the dealership, here's a good example of what we do. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a primary CTA. Even though on the screen right there it's blue, it's actually green in person. We want to have secondary CTAs, which is what we have in this style right here. And then we're going to want to have tertiary. So really we have three different sections: primary, secondary, tertiary CTAs. If we went to another dealership website, we can go in and take a peek at a SRP or a VDP. Let's just open up one of these here. Here's a really super good example. This actually is our recommended best practice as it sits right here. You can see here that we do include an image that is drawing out the primary CTA with an image with some animation. Strong CTA of unlock today's best price, which is in green. Underneath that, we have our secondary CTA, which is our click to chat button, which actually open up our chat tool right on that SRP or the VDP. And then we have our tertiary CTA, which is going to include our payment button, our schedule, and these are just activity buttons. Schedule a test drive, get pre-qualified, get a Kelley Blue Book trade-in value, or get a real offer. Each one of these are going to open up a different conversion pathway, but they're all very similar. So it's this tertiary payment block or conversion block that allows us to supercharge lead conversion in ways that really resonate with what customers are looking for. So if I'm a customer that is concerned about getting pre-qualified, I'm going to jump in and get pre-qualified, opening up our loan maker technology so I can complete a credit application right from that CTA stack. If I'm a customer that really knows that I want to get the best value possible for my vehicle and I'm curious about my trade value, I can get my Kelley Blue Book trade-in value, or I can get a real offer through our Sell Us Your Car CTA. And if I want to find out what my payment would be on this particular vehicle, I'm at $193 right now, but I can get a payment that works for me. I can customize and personalize a payment just for me. I can open up our digital retailing technology that'll also just open up right here on the VDP. A full customized experience as a customer goes through this technology. And it's this approach that really creates a differentiation between our technology and other technologies, is the way that we're leveraging this conversion block through our SRPs, through our VDPs. I'm going to go ahead and just jump back to our demo website. Let me go back to the home page, talk a little bit about the specials, and then I'll probably get things wrapped up here since it's a Friday. 30 minutes into my little chat with you today, I am going to take a minute and grab another sip of my coffee. I want to talk about the specials. And this is, so as we were going through our research and development, one of the things that we wanted to solve for is a problem that every single dealer has every single month. And as a marketer in the automotive industry, it was a challenge that I had, and that was, how can let me say it this way. And you tell me in the comments if this is what happens at your dealership showroom. If you're in management, it's the first of the month and it's the last day of the month for the OEM. I'm focused 100% on selling cars, delivering car deals. The next day, it's all about mopping up the blood, as we used to call it, right? We spotted as many deals as we possibly could. We have to work the banks, make sure that we get all of these deals approved, start chasing stips, making sure that we're getting all of the documents that we need to get the approval done. That might take a couple days to get done, working with our finance team to make sure that they're collecting all that information, closing out the deals, putting the deal jackets together, and then getting them into the accounting office, getting them processed through accounting so we can get them on the financial statement, so we can get them in for the washout check so our salespeople can get paid. And as managers, we can get paid as well. Making sure that we get all of those deals fully complete. So if we punched them through, we're not going to have anything being bounced back from our getting those punched through for our number, to make sure that we get whatever OEM incentive money that we can to hit the financial statement. All of those things are going to happen the first, the second, the third, the fourth of the month. And then it's like, okay, what are we going to do this month? We already got 4 or 5 days behind us. We need to make sure we look at the incentives. We then figure out, well, let's just focus on our core product, 3 or 4 different models. What do we want to do for the offers, the lease payment, the special financing offer, whatever. And that might take a day to do because you're working deals and you have to peel yourself back. You work the deals, then you get that to your advertising agency. And then they have to build all of the creative. And most advertising agencies that I've worked with in the past, it's all a manual process. It takes time. And because of that, they usually limit what they actually build for offers. Maybe they'll build 1 or 2 different image sizes. Maybe they'll build 1 or 2 different video offers, but then they need to submit them to the OEM and get that approved, when there's 1,000 other dealerships sending those same offers to the OEM to get them approved before we can get them out in the wild. So at the end of the day, it's the 8th of the month, it's the 9th of the month, it's the 10th of the month before you're up and running with your specials. It's a big problem in automotive. So what we've done, we've solved for that problem. The first thing that we do is we get the OEM offer data directly from Honda and Acura. We take that into our content creation engine system. We then work with our dealers and we make a recommendation. Here are the 10 or 12 different models that we can create offers for. We can take them just as the OEM provides, which is what we actually recommend. We're going to beat everybody to the punch. Or we can augment them. Maybe it's $20 less. Maybe it's $30 less. Maybe it's the same offer, but $1,000 less down payment. Maybe it's $1,000 more down payment. Whatever the business model is for the dealership, we apply those rules. And then from there, we have developed a technology stack that allows us to generate hundreds of different assets, 3 different image sizes for Facebook and Instagram and other display platforms, multiple different variations for Google display ads with our Entice Flux solution. 2 different videos for each one of the offers. If it's 10 offers, 11 offers, it's 20 different videos in 2 different ad sizes. We do animated GIFs with 360 spins. We do carousel GIFs through all of the different offers. All of that gets created through our content creation within a matter of a handful of hours. Once that's done, then we get OEM approval, and within 1 button, we publish that to your dealership's website. It changes the slider. It changes the banners on the SRP. It changes what is on the landing page. So I'm going to click here, go to our landing page. So you can see if I'm on the home page and I got this $339 a month OEM offer, and then boom, I'm on the $339 a month offer. If I go to, let's say, a dealership website, I'm at $349 a month. I click on the $349 a month. It brings me to the $349 a month. And if I go to a dealership that is opted in for our Digi-Ad product as well, I click on this $199 a month. I click on that. It brings me to the $199 a month. And then you can also see here that we have this animated 360 spin of the offer itself, which is very similar to the 360 spin that we have for the new vehicle inventory system. Not all of these vehicles are going to have a 360 spin. Let's see if we can find one. There it is. If there is 360 spin content from the 360 spin provider, we have an API call that'll grab it, it'll pull it in, and then when a customer clicks on that 360 spin, it's going to load in all of those images, and that's why we don't load it in right away, because it has to do that. And then we have this really cool 360 spin experience that can be done right on the dealership website. Very cool. This is great technology, just super nice, clean. I can actually even go in here, go into an interior spin. You can see that I can spin around and do a panoramic view. I can scroll in. Look at all of that great content. So that is a little bit about our offer system. What I'm going to do now, let me just go ahead and pop out of here and get things wrapped up. I appreciate anybody that's stuck around, watched a little bit of this video. If you're watching with me live, if you're not, if you catch this on a replay, I think it gets automatically saved and posted into YouTube, into LinkedIn, into Facebook, Instagram, wherever. So first of all, thanks for checking us out. Next thing is if you're interested, Honda dealer, Acura dealer, if you're interested in an Entice 360 website and you'd like to have a full presentation, demonstration, a Q&A, whatever you want to do, please go to entice.com. You can reach out to us there. I'm happy to personally do a presentation, demonstration, showing you all of the great features, talking about how it works so much better when everything is included in a fully vertically integrated solution from website, digital retailing, trade tool, schedule a test drive tool, express cash offer tool, search engine marketing, social media marketing, video marketing, CTV, display, conquest email. I got so much information that I'd love to share. Stay tuned to these channels. Over time, I'm going to continue to dig in, looking at different elements of our solution. And again, if there's anything that you have more questions on, you can reach out to me right from entice.com. Hope you have a great Friday, a big car selling weekend, and we'll see you again.